Good evening to everyone, and first of all, happy Ugadi. So, welcome to my performance testing real-time training. So, before starting the demo session, so 1 second, please. So, before starting the demo session, here is my YouTube channel, right? So, go to YouTube and search for software performance testing real-time training, or else I shared the YouTube link to you, right? So, please like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yeah, this is my my YouTube channel name, right? Software performance testing real-time training. If you haven't subscribed it, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And we are running a Facebook page as well. Let me quickly show the Facebook page. So please join that Facebook page where we will be posting, of referral openings and all. Yeah. So this is my Facebook page, guys. So I'll be posting job openings and all over here, demo sessions and new batch updates and all those. Let me mute everyone, guys. Like there is some background noise from few people. All right. So the agenda for today's session would be the agendas for the today's session would be like a trainer introduction and unique features of my training plan and course duration, right? And who all are the ideal participants for this training, right? And career prospects and what are the prerequisites, right? So what are the prerequisites for joining this performance testing training, and career prospects and compensation for PT. That means what is the average package that you can expect in service-based and product-based companies, right? And what are the digital platforms we are leveraging for the training? What are the course contents for beginners and advanced level participants? And the scripting scenarios which we are going to cover in the training. So I'll be quickly showing you those scripting scenarios that we are going to cover in the training. And what is performance testing at a high level? I will explain what is performance testing and what are the different types of performance testing. And placement assurance, I'm going to explain about placement assurance and terms and conditions. Demo script, I will be taking that up in one of the next sessions, guys. All right. So let me start now. Let me give a brief introduction about myself before starting the session. This is a brief introduction about myself and my experience base. I'm an MCA graduate and having 15 plus years of experience in IT, out of which 13 plus years of experience is into performance testing and engineering. So I worked for multiple service-based and product-based companies like App Labs, Tech Mahindra, and product-based companies like Bank of America and SAP Labs and State, right? So, and I have experience on all these major tools in performance testing like load runner, web loads, in performer in these domains, retail, healthcare, banking, and finance domains. And coming to the protocols, I have like around 10 protocols on load runner and 3 to 4 protocols with JMeter. And I'm a certified associate in JMeter, Splunk, and Dynatrace. So this is about briefly about my experience. And coming to the important part of the training, right? Important agenda point for the demo session would be salient features of my training, right? So let me go to the slideshow mode, right? So let me briefly explain the salient features of my training. So first of all, like for every session duration will be like 1 to 1.5 hours per day for daily batch, right? So the first 10 minutes would be dedicated for some aptitude questions and table topics, right? So the reason why I introduced this table aptitude test or table topics is like few organizations conduct aptitude tests in as a in the preliminary rounds, right? Or as a qualification round, they will conduct aptitude tests. Few organizations, right? And apart from the table topics means we will pick some current topic and I will ask participants to speak on that topic for a minute. Each participant for a minute. So we'll be doing this exercise for the first 10 minutes, right? And another reason why I kept in the beginning is like to accommodate the late joiners here, right? And the next 5 to 10 minutes we'll be spending on daily assessment on the previous day concepts. And we will be having theory or scripting sessions for like 50 to 60 minutes per day, if it is a 1.5 hour session. And the last 10 minutes would be dedicated for Q&A session and doubt clarification. or if you are facing any issues with the tool, or right, any issues or any queries in the script, that will be resolved in the last 10 minutes. So scripting is simplified and easy to understand, even for a non-computer case. So I have many people like from civil background, mechanical background, who cracked interviews on their own, and who are able to perform their job without any external job support, right? So we made scripting very simplified and easy to understand for even a non-computer case, right? And most of the scripts that we cover in the training will be from different companies' interviews, and scripting hands-on mandatory for every participant. Everyone should share the script to me for review, right? So I'll be giving assignments in Google Classroom, and everyone should be sharing the scripts to me over email, right? And the next thing is like you can attempt JMeter and load runner certification. I can share few certifications which are done by my current batch students. Also, ISTQB introduced a new certification recently in 2021, I believe, for performance testing, specifically for performance testing. So you can attempt that ISTQB certification, which of course it comes with a price tag. The cost of the certification will be like 8 to 10,000. So however, we have some JMeter free certifications for JMeter from BlazeMeter University and all, right? So you can attempt that free certification for JMeter. And I will be covering, minimum I would be covering web services and API testing, right? There are slight changes in the course contents. I will explain those. True client is optional, like based on the batch, like I will be covering that. So again, true client protocol requires some JavaScript knowledge. So if time permits, and if all the participants are interested to learn true client, like I'll be covering that. And also like within the time frame, like we have some 80 to 100 hours training for each load runner and JMeter. So if time permits, I will cover that true client. But however, like web services and API testing would be mandatorily covered, right? And hands-on training on scripting with real-time examples and 15 plus scripts given in the scripting tests of various companies and companies, right? So I'll be covering the scripts which will be given mostly in the scripting round of various companies. And in the course of the training, like I will be covering 5 sample applications and 2 to 4 real-time applications for scripting and text executions. And from this year onwards, I applied sprint-based model for training. So nowadays projects are running, following this agile methodology, and follow 2 weeks as a sprint generally. So I am applying that sprint-based model to the training, so that participants will be aware of how does a sprint model works and all, right? So this also helps them to answer a lot of interview questions, right? So from this year onwards, like I'm applying this sprint based model to the training. So let me show you a snapshot of the current batch here. So we are doing the sprint planning meeting and sprint introspection, and every day we are doing stand-up calls, right? So you can see it over here. We started this sprint planning meeting from, this is around like 26 March. Last month, I started this exercise, 27th, I believe. Right? We already started following that in February batch. Here you can see I will maintain a tracker for each batch. This is Feb 2022 PT batch tracker, right? And wherein I will be capturing like how many hours the training went, each session went, and all those details. Okay. And you can see the total duration here over here till now. This is the duration that is completed till now. It is going to be, load runner is going to be completed in 1 week as per the plan over here, right? And on Saturday, on the last day of the sprint, like we'll be doing sprint introspection. So what went, so normally what we do in the projects, right? So we'll be doing that sprint introspection in the training. So I'm applying sprint-based model for training this, so that this will help students or participants to understand like how does the project run in real time, as well as this also helps them to answer few tricky questions like in the interviews. All right. So this, for every batch, I maintain a tracker like this, and we maintain a WhatsApp group for each batch, where participants will be sharing their queries, or if at all they have any issues or concerns, they'll be sharing, and I will be pinging in the WhatsApp group like before starting the session. So here you can see this is my Feb 2022 batch. right? So in the same way, I have Jan 2022 batch, another WhatsApp group for Jan 2022 batch. So this is how like we collaborate with each other, we coordinate with each other, and we share information like whenever, I share the session starting time. So if there is any change in the session timings and all, we will be communicating in this WhatsApp group. All right. So I introduced these table topics to make sure that to enhance the soft skills or communication skills for the participants, for the students, right? And we are leveraging different digital platforms for the training, assignments, and assessments. I'll quickly show you each one of those. So from previously till now, like we have been doing like a monthly assessment till now. So however, from last batch onwards, from the current batch onwards, we are I changed this assessment duration, assessment time frame from monthly to weekly. So we will be having one online assessment every week, right? So let me quickly show you how does, how do I provide those assessments, and how does, right? So I will be sharing weekly assessment like this, and I will be, once the student attempts the test, I will be getting a mail like this, right? So here you can see and also the results will be visible to the participant as well, to the student as well, so that they will understand, they will get a fair idea like in which areas they are, good, and which areas there is scope for improvement, right? So all of these online assessment, weekly assessments will be multiple choice questions. Each test will be having 20 to 30 questions. And you can see here, it is a time-based test, online test. So, the test will be completed in the stipulated time, once the stipulated time frame duration is completed, right? So I'll get a mail like this as soon as any student attempts the test, and as well as the results will be shown to the student as well. Clear, guys? So this we are, previously we used to do that monthly. So however, I am doing that weekly from this current batch, right? And the next thing is placement assistance, important thing, right? So apart from this regular training on weekdays, right? So my sessions would be from Monday to Friday, 1.5 hours per day. So apart from this weekdays training, so I will be taking weekend sessions on Saturday, either Saturday or Sunday, for 3 to 4 hours, wherein you will be given some project, and I will make you do whatever activities that you are going to do in a real-time project, right? Right from the requirement gathering, test plan preparation, scripting, executions, reporting, and analysis. So I will make you do on a real-time project over weekends, right? And once the training is completed, or else at least one tool is completed, I will be preparing a CV for you. I will be giving projects for each one of you. And one more thing, we will not repeat the projects for everyone. We will be giving different projects for different, each of the participants, right? And once the training is completed, like I will be conducting 5 mock interviews, right? Most of you might have seen my recent mock interview, which I have done for one of my student called Anusha recently. I hope like most of you got the link for that. We didn't plan to record that session. We didn't plan to update that upload to my YouTube channel. So, however, I have uploaded it, and in that way, so first mock interview will be taken by myself. The objective of doing this mock interviews is to assess your strengths and areas of improvement, and don't miss any real interview opportunity, right? So, and the first mock interview will be taken by myself. So once the student or the candidate does very well in the first mock interview, I'll be scheduling 2 mock interviews by my friends who are working in service-based companies, and 2 more mock interviews by guys who are working in product-based companies. So in total, there will be 5 mock interviews conducted, so that any student does not miss any real interview opportunity. Clear, guys? And the last unique feature of my training is earn while you learn. So I will explain that once you join confirm you're joining that, then I will be explaining what is this earn while you learn program, right? So these are the unique features of my training, right? So let me highlight, let me do some self promotion here. So no trainer will do first of all like script review. I will be reviewing your script, each one of the script, right? So let me quickly show you that how the current batch students are sharing the scripts. Please give me a moment. So each one, it's mandatory for each one of my student to share the scripts like this, right, for review. So everyone will share the scripts to me for review, and I will be reviewing the scripts. I will be downloading the scripts and verifying whether they are working or not. And I will be sharing the review comments. I'll show you the review comments as well. So 1 second, guys. So here you can see this. So this is one of the tracker, one of the batch tracker, previous batch tracker. Here you can see. This is my November 2021 batch tracker. So I review the scripts, and I provide review comments and ratings like this. So for each of the students, right? So those who got 3 and above will, I will mark it as in green. Otherwise, I will mark it in red like this, right? I did a conditional formatting here in Excel, right? So this is how this is a unique thing that no other trainer does, or no other training institute does, right? So it's not like we go on taking the sessions and leave it like for practice. So I will be each one of the student will be sharing the script for review, and I will be reviewing the scripts, right? That is one thing. And weekly assessment and monthly assessments is something that we started, and applying sprint based model to the training is something that I started, right? And also, like previously I used to like ask the students to upload to the scripts to GitHub, as there are facing some difficulties, like again, like we switch it to email. So right now, like students are sharing the scripts to my email address, right? So these are the salient features of my training. So I'll take a pause here. Any queries, guys? Like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let me do some self promotion here. Any queries before we move to the next slide? All right. Okay. So let me move on to the next slide. Yeah. So let me explain the course contents for beginners as well as advanced users, right? So these are the course contents for beginners or freshers or beginners in performance testing. So observe here, like the number of hours would come to 200 hours, 160 to 200 hours, right? So out of which we'll be spending like 10 to 15 hours on performance testing fundamentals, developer tools, and Fiddler for the first 2 weeks, right? For the first 1 to 2 weeks, we'll be spending on 10 to 15 hours on performance testing fundamentals, developer tools, and Fiddler, right? And next, Load Runner Professional 2021 with web services and API testing. This comes to around like 80 plus hours. And again, if someone want to do JMeter, only JMeter performance testing with JMeter and monitoring and analysis, yes, that will be another 80 plus hours. Here you can see JMeter comes around like 80 plus hours, right? And once Load Runner and JMeter are completed, like I'll be covering like monitoring with open source tools and analysis, basic Java concepts, and basic performance engineering for beginners, right? And I will also be covering basic SQL queries, not only Load Runner and JMeter. I will be covering basic SQL queries and SQL tools like Toad, dbeaver, dbvisualizer, Git, and GitHub. And Dynatrace APM is optional. That comes to around like 20 to 25 hours. So these are the course contents for beginners or freshers in performance testing. So if someone is taking only Load Runner or someone is taking only JMeter, like it will be coming around 80 plus hours. So altogether, if someone want to claim 3 plus years of experience or 3 plus years of experience basically, right? So they have to join the full course, which comes to around 180 to 200 hours approximately. So clear case. And these are the advanced concepts for performance, those who are already working in performance testing, which comes around 60 to 80 hours. So right now we have this demo session is for someone who want to start their career in performances, right? So I'll take a pause here. Any queries here, guys, on the course contents? And I will be sharing like PDF document on this course contents separately for load runner and JMeter. Please ping your email ID in the WhatsApp separately to me so that I can share the course contents document to you. One document for load runner and one document for performance testing with JMeter. Any queries?
Yeah, hi, Pawan, Vamshi here.
Yeah, hi, Vamsi.
Totally, how many days does it take to complete the syllabus?
1.5 months, Vamsi, for each tool. Load runner 1.5 months and JMeter 1.5 months. So the total course duration would be like 3 months, 2 to 3 months. It depends on the batch as well. So how fast the students are, assimilating the concepts and all. It depends on number of factors, right?
Yeah.
That's the reason I mentioned the duration in number of hours.
Yes, thanks.
Right? So let me correct this one. So load runner will be for another 80 plus hours, right? Any other queries from anyone?
Sir, I am Ishwar here.
Shall I move to the next slide?
Pawan, I have a query.
Yes, please.
Pawan, so if I join for this basic beginners performance testing, once that is done, can I move for this advanced concept of working performance testing also?
Yeah, definitely.
Or it's all okay.
And one more thing, so I'll be installing all the sample applications on your desktop or laptop. So, and I will be like, you can practice at your own pace and whenever your convenient time, right? Whether it is scripting or test executions or like, monitoring and analysis and all. So you will be having, I'll be setting up sample applications on each of your machine, right?
Hi, Pawan.
So
This
this
meeting
is
is being recorded.
This is the slide deck where I covered like what are the different software required and sample applications required for performance testing and engineering. So I'll be sharing this slide deck to you, right? So wherein I covered like what all software is required for performance testing and performance engineering. So here you can see this is the software required for performance testing training, and this is for performance engineering training. And this is how and this slide speaks about like sample application setup. That is the first application that we are going to do scripting, and then we have another few other enterprise applications, Java applications like Konakat and all this, right? So I'll be sharing all this training content, and let me show you this. This is performance testing fundamentals PPT. So apart from that, I have separate slide decks for load runner Vusion, one for controller and analysis, one for JMeter and so on. Yeah. Any other queries? Okay, 1 second. Someone is saying that they can't hear. Yeah. So as I said, right. So we have one batch running for load runner now, which is about to be completed in next week. And JMeter batch is going. In the morning batch, like 7:30 to 8:30 batch, JMeter is about to be completed in 2 days, and I'll be starting load runner in that. So if someone want to join only load runner, yes, you can join 7:30 to 8:30 batch, which is. And if someone want to join only JMeter, they can join 8:30 to 9:30 batch, right? That is February batch. In February batch,
From when it will be starting?
It will be starting next week. I'll be notifying you in WhatsApp group.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Sir, I have one doubt.
And one more thing is,
Can
like
you hear me?
you need performance testing fundamentals, right? So I will be taking like for 1 week to 10 days. I will be taking initially. Meanwhile, like while those batches are running, right? So I will be taking daily sessions on this performance testing fundamentals for 1 week to 10 days. By the time like those 2 batches, load runner will be completed in one batch and JMeter will be completed in other batch. So you will be joining for the other tool, right? Is it clear? Hope I am clear. Like if not, like please let me know. I will clarify. Yes, Ishwar.
Sir, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah. You're audible.
Actually, if I want to join the two batches, so when it is possible, sir?
Yeah, you can join from next week if you want. If someone want to join both load runner and JMeter and want to do parallelly, right? Yes. We will complete like performance testing fundamentals in the evening batch for 1 week to 10 days. Timings would be like same timing, 7 to 8 p.m. Right? I'll be taking performance testing fundamentals for 10 days. Minimum 10 days or like 15 hours. Clear?
Okay.
So once those are completed, right? So then you can join like for load runner. If you want to join load runner, the session timings would be 7:30 to 8:30, and for JMeter it would be 8:30 to 9:30.
Sir, these sessions are night time, right? You're saying PM time?
No. Regular sessions will be morning. Performance testing fundamentals will be for evening for only just 10 to 15 hours.
Okay. So, sir,
I'll come to that. I'll come to the, let's discuss that training plan later on. Okay.
Sir.
So let me complete like, these agenda topics for today.
Okay,
right?
sir.
So I already covered like what are the unique features of my training plan and the course duration, and for whom is this training suitable, right? So any BTech or MCA or MSc computers or BCA or freshers or any full-time degree in active job search, someone who is in active job search, like previously they used to, companies used to ask like for or look for only BTech or MCA or, someone from computers background. However, because of, like pandemic and all, so now even TCS is asking for any degree is fine. They are saying like any degree is fine. All they want is 15 years of full-time education. That's the reason I mentioned here any full-time degree, right? I can show you some snapshots of TCS asking for like 15 years of full-time education. So BTech or MCA is not mandatory for performance testing, right? As I explained, let me show you some mails, like showing that. One second. So here you can see, guys, this is from TCS. One second, let me use Spotlight. So this is from TCS. This is a screenshot of requirement mail from TCS, as you can see here, right? And here you can see what is the qualification requirement. Minimum qualification you can see as 15 years of full-time education, right? Now, so organizations are no more asking for only BTech or MCA. Here you can see clearly. This is a snapshot of requirement mail from TCS case. Clear case? Is it visible? Now I think it's more clearly visible, right? So you can see here, and see the requirement here, number of years of experience they are looking for is 1 to 6 years, isn't it? So previously we used to have only openings for only 3+ years. However, currently we have openings for 1 to 6 years experience, and even trained freshers are also having a lot of openings nowadays. Here you can see experience ranges, like for this particular requirement, it's 1 to 6 years. And here you can see this 15 years of full-time education is the minimum qualification. Clear guys? And here is the JD or the skill set, HB load runner, neoload, or this is optional, neoload is optional, JMeter and scripting. Good to have is performance monitoring tools like Intoscope, Dynatrace. Any queries here?
Sir, one query, sir.
Yes, please.
This must have means like all things we should have, or any, suppose if one is
this is
for
I got your question. So this is for this particular requirement. Okay. But generally what I want to show you here is like this one.
Okay, sir.
What is the minimum qualification that companies are expecting? And of course, like this JD is for this particular requirement, not for everything. Let me disable annotations. Okay. Yeah. Any other queries? I disabled annotation for the participants. Okay. Now they cannot draw anything on my screen. All right. Okay. So let me move on. So this is about the minimum qualification required for performance testing and who all are eligible, right? So 2017 to 2021 pass outs with career gaps, or someone who is working as a manual test engineer. Yes, performance testing is a wonderful career that they can choose, because manual testing engineers, most of the manual testing engineers will not be having programming skills. So as performance testing doesn't require very good programming skills, someone who is working as a manual test engineer and who want to switch their career to performance, or who want to switch their career from manual testing, performance testing is the best option for them. So this is suitable for those who are working as manual test engineers as well. And someone who is working in non-IT field like BPO or non-IT employees and who want to switch to their career to IT, particularly software testing here, yes, performance testing is more suitable for them because only basic programming skills are enough. However, if you are having good knowledge on Java, Python, or C++ or SQL knowledge, you can expect double the packages, right? Or Linux, right? Someone who is already trained in Linux, right? So you can expect double the packages than the regular software performance testing engineers, right? And in the next topic, like I will be explaining like what are the career prospects and compensation for packages that you can expect in a service-based company and a product-based company, right? There are huge openings around nowadays from the past 2 years, right? There are huge openings, and like in fact, there is a huge shortage for performance testing engineers, right? And coming to the package compensation or the average packages, so let me explain that with some numbers. So let me classify these companies into service-based companies, software organizations into, of course, they are classified into service-based organizations and product-based organizations, right? So service-based companies, when we say service-based companies, TCS, right? TCS or CTS or Infosys, right? Tech Mahindra, these are all service-based companies, as you know, isn't it? Now, in a service-based organization, before COVID, the average salary used to be something like this. This is pre-COVID. Average salary used to be number of years experience into 2 lakhs. This was pre-COVID, before this pandemic, right? So, however, nowadays, like during COVID, because of shortage of resources or because of China plus one policy, all other countries are following China plus one policy, and many companies are now starting their operations in India. This went like number of, see, this is pre-pandemic, right? So, however, nowadays the average salary is coming somewhere around number of years into years experience into 3 lakhs. 3 lakhs, right? So this is the salary that you can expect in a service-based company nowadays, right? So this is from 2020 onwards, mostly 2021 onwards, to be precise. Clear, guys? And coming to product-based companies, I'll list out some product-based companies where performance test engineers are hired like anything. Most of the, there are a lot of openings in these product-based companies like Amdocs, right? Or JP Morgan or Wells Fargo, Bank of America. Huge requirement is there in these product-based companies, right? And in fact, they are facing a lot of huge shortage of performance testing engineers, and they are offering somewhere around average salary of, previously it used to be number of years into 3 lakhs a year. Nowadays, from 2021 onwards, they are offering number of years experience into 4 lakhs, right? So these are the packages that you can expect if you are able to crack into a product-based companies, right? And apart from that, there will be a lot of benefits if you get into a product-based company. Employee benefits will be no way comparable with service-based company, as well as appraisals also will be very hefty in product-based companies. So yearly appraisal will be starting from 5%. It will go somewhere around 10 to 15%, right? So yearly appraisal, this is about yearly appraisal. Whereas in service-based companies, appraisal will be salary appraisal, yearly appraisal will be 1 to 5%, or 1 to 10%, right? So this is about a yearly hike that I'm talking about in product-based companies and service-based companies, right? And the least package that my students got in the last 3 years is for 3 years experience, right? For 3 years experience, my students got from somewhere between 8 to 12.5 lakhs for 3 years experience, guys. 8 lakhs to 12.5 lakhs is the package that my students got in the last 1 to 2 years. Guys, I muted everyone because there is some background noise. If you have any queries, so press and hold the space bar and you can speak out. If you have some queries or if you want to unmute, use space bar to temporarily unmute yourself. Right? So for 3 years experience, these are the packages that my student got. So you can say that average package is 10 lakhs. Can I say that? So minimum being 8 lakhs and max being 12.5 lakhs. Can I say like average package that my students got is 10 lakhs? Right? So this is about the package that you can expect in service and product-based companies. And coming to digital platforms we leverage for training, I am using Google Classroom for giving assignments. Right? Let me quickly show you that. So I'll be giving assignments, in Google Classroom. Let me quickly show you that. This is another thing that no other trainer or no other training institute gives. You can see here, like I have a separate Google Classroom for each batch. This is for Feb batch, this is for Jan batch, and so on. Right? Here you can see this is for November 2021 daily batch. So I'll be giving assignments over here. And online test, I am using another digital platform for online assessments, weekly and monthly assessments, as I have shown you just now, a few seconds back, right? I have shown you that, right? So these are the digital platforms we are leveraging for training. And I'll be sharing all this training material in the form of PPTs. So no, no need of, lengthy notes and, long notebooks and all this. Whatever I cover in this training material would be more than enough. If someone want to claim like 3 to 4 years experience or up to 5 years experience, so whatever digital content that I am training, so that would be more than enough, right? I already covered this course contents for beginners and advanced level participants and scripting scenarios to cover in the training. So let me quickly show you that what are the scripting scenarios that I am going to cover in the training. Here you go. So we will start with demo applications like this, sample applications like WebTools, Blaze Demo, Ponacart, JPEG Store, Advantage Online Shopping. All these are demo applications, right? And I'll show you some real-time applications where I'll be using for scripting, right? So these are all demo applications I clearly mentioned here, like if it is a demo application or a real-time application. And once these demo applications are completed, I'll make you do one script each on Amazon and Udemy applications. Yes, right? These are real-time applications. That's why I didn't mention this. So, however, some trainers or some training institutes are, saying that these are real-time applications. No, these are not real-time applications. Ponacart or JPEG Store or AOS Advantage Online Shopping. These are not real-time applications. These are demo applications, right? And to avoid that confusion, we are clearly saying upfront that we will be covering training with 4 to 5 demo applications and 2 real-time applications, 2 to 4 real-time applications. Clear, guys? And here you can see what are the scripts that I am going to cover in the training. It will be coming around 15 to 20 scripts. Minimum 15 scripts will be covered in the training. And here you can see I have listed out what are the steps that you have to, for each script, what are the steps, what is the step-by-step navigation in each script, right? Good thing with performance testing is, the beauty of performance testing is you need not write any code from scratch. I'll show you that in the next demo session. We need not write any code from scratch, right? Only basic programming is required, like if loops, for loops, and such kind of basic programming skills are required. And not all scripts require that basic programming skills also. Only 5 to 10% of the scripts require some basic programming skills. So that is the beauty of performance testing. So, however, still, even though we need not write any code, right? So we get packages more or equal to automation testing units, right? Many people go for automation testing training because of not knowing about performance testing. Even though they are not good in programming skills, many people join automation testing, and they go for proxy interviews and job support and all this without any. Here, if you choose performance testing, you can crack interviews on your own, and you can perform your job without any job support, right? 90% of my students are cracking interviews on their own. I have 90% successful placement ratio, right? And all those guys are cracking interviews on their own. No backdoor required, no proxy required, right? So I'm very clear on that. So, no proxy required, no backdoor required for performance testing, because no program, like we don't require any good knowledge in any programming language like Java or anything, which is required for Selenium, right? Automation testing, if you go for Selenium, you need like very good, you need to be very good in Java programming or Python. Clear? However, for performance testing, only basic programming skills are enough. Is it clear, guys? So that's the reason. And I know that like many institutes are cheating students in, saying that you cannot crack interview on your own, get 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs, I will do proxy. Many institutes are doing that. Many institutes are cheating students. Actually, proxy and backdoor not required for performance testing, right? And coming to what is performance testing, I'll cover that in very soon, in next couple of minutes. So let me explain. I think I already covered this placement assistance, right? I already explained about this placement assistance, like wherein I will be conducting 5 mock interviews, and weekly assessment and monthly assessments will be there in the regular training. So in addition to regular training, I will be providing this placement assistance, guys, right? And we will be providing experience documents as well, right? So we'll be providing experience documents as well. One second. I'll be providing the referrals. Few of my friends are running, small companies. Like we'll be providing experience documents from those organizations, right? They are not regular consultancies, right? There are some, so like small scale software organizations from where you get experience documents, right? And this is about placement assistance. Like I will be preparing your CV. I will be giving like 3 to 4 projects based on how many years of experience you keep. If you are trying with, if you have a career gap. For trained freshers, no projects required, no resumes required. No project required. Like fresher resume will be good enough. And I will be conducting 5 mock interviews after the training as per this plan. And coming to the last one, terms and conditions in this, everyone should, as I explained before, everyone should share the script to me for review. That is mandatory thing. And you have to turn on your video whenever I ask, right? Everyone should turn on the video. And if you are attending training, if your wife and husband are attending the training, they want to take training together, right? I'll be charging only for one person. Or if any of your siblings want to, if your own brother and sister, either your own brother and sister want to attend the training, I'll be charging for only one person. You have to inform me upfront, and also like everyone should turn on the video. All right. So these are the terms and conditions, and everyone should share the script to me for review. Clear, guys? So these are the agenda topics. This is what I want to present in the demo for today. And let me explain what is performance testing, right? And I'll close the session for today. So by the way, I have one recorded session on careers in software testing. Let me show you that quickly. Software testing. Right. So please go through this video over my channel. I'll be sharing in the WhatsApp group as well. So here I explained about what is manual testing, what is automation testing, what is performance testing at a high level. Please go through this video. And for this session demo purpose, I will be explaining what is performance testing at a high level. So if you are aware of functional testing, right? So in functional testing or manual, in functional testing, basically, we will be testing the functionality of the application, right? And guys, for your information, I will be starting, as there will be 50% of the students will be from non-computers background. I will be starting from basics like this, right? What are Windows shortcuts? And like 1 second, let me show you. I will be starting from software development life cycle, and I'll be explaining what is meant by IP address, what is public IP, what is private IP, what is host name, what is port number, what is LAN and WAN, what is this ping command, what is FQDN, fully qualified domain name, what is a Windows firewall, and all these are all computer basics. I named it as KYC, know your computer, right? So as my 50% of my students will be from non-computers background, I will start from here, guys, from these computer basics, from this level. Here, guys. And I will be starting from software development life cycle. Okay. So coming back to this, what is performance testing? So most of you know what is functional testing or software functional testing or manual testing, right? So if you are testing the functionality of the application, right, that is functional testing. If you use any tool, if you don't use any tool, we call that as manual testing. And if you are using any automation tool like Selenium or there are many other functional testing tools. If you are using any tool for functional testing, we call that as automation testing. And performance testing is completely different from functional testing. Performance testing is a non-functional testing. It is a non-functional testing to determine an application's speed, stability, scalability, and reliability, right? And performance testing, in performance testing, we simulate the important business flows of the application. Please go through the demo sessions that I shared previously, where I explained clearly what is meant by business flow. How do we simulate important business flows of the application? So that is it will take half an hour to 1 hour to explain now. I'm not going to cover that in detail now. However, performance testing at a high level is like, how do we do performance testing at a high level is, first of all, it is a non-functional testing to find out an application's speed, stability, scalability, and reliability. And we test the application under the target user load. For example, if you take IRCTC application, so number of users who use IRCTC on an average would be like 3 to 4 lakhs per day. Right? So IRCTC application will be used by 3 to 4 lakh users per day. So if you want to test IRCTC application, we have to develop scripts for each of the business flows, right? Let me quickly explain what is meant by a business flow, right? So if you take any travel application like Redbus or IRCTC or any travel application, right? So what do we do normally with the IRCTC or Redbus application, guys? Any travel application like IRCTC or Redbus? Yes, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What do we normally do with these applications? Make My Trip or IRCTC?
We log in and book.
Yeah. We search for ticket availability, right? Yes or no? So if you want to start using the application, we will register ourselves, right? Yes or no? We'll create an account and we will register ourselves and create an account. We search for the ticket availability and book a ticket, right? So book a hotel room. Nowadays, most of the travel applications provide hotel room booking as well, right? Or cancel a ticket, cancel a book ticket, isn't it? Print a ticket, book a tour package, pilgrim package or tour package, isn't it? Pilgrim or tour package. Here, guys. So this is what we do with any travel applications, isn't it? These are called as business flows of that application, of the travel application. Now, is it clear? Like, what do I mean to say here by 1 second? Important business flows of your application. Is it clear now? If you take a net banking application, for example, ICICI Bank or HDFC or any net banking application, right? So what do we do with the any net banking application?
We transfer the fund.
You create an account, right? And fund transfer. Yes.
Balance checking.
Yeah. Login and check balance, isn't it?
Statement.
Right. Login and check balance. Next.
Bank
Yeah.
statement.
Someone mentioned statement, account statement.
Paying
Once in a while, the account we generate account statement, right? Yes. What else?
Paying bills to the credit card section.
Right. Bill payment, credit card bill payment, right? So credit card bill payment. So you can pay utility bill payment, isn't it? Utilities bill payment, credit card payment, loan payment, isn't it? What else? If you want to do fund transfer, we have to add the beneficiary, right? Yes or no, guys? Add beneficiary or modify beneficiary and all, right? What else? Profile update. Once in a while, we will be updating our email address or email ID or phone number and all, right? That is profile address, profile update, right? So these are the critical business flows for any net banking application. So if you want to test any net banking application, right, what we will do is we'll create one script for create account, one script for fund transfer. Again, in fund transfer, we have different types of fund transfers in India. Say NEFT, RTGS. What is the other one?
IMBS.
IMBS, right? We have 3 different types of fund transfer. So what we will do is, like, if you want to test this any net banking application, we will develop one script for this, one script for most probably one script for NEFT and one script for RTGS and one script for IMPS, one more script for login and check balance, and we will run those scripts. We'll execute those scripts with the target user load. For example, ICICI Bank, let's say, will have somewhere around 5 lakh users per day, net banking users per day, right? If you want to test this ICICI Bank or HDFC Bank, right, you have to do a performance testing with those 5 lakh virtual users, right? So this is what I explained over here. Like we simulate the important business flows of the application, test the application under target user load, and validate the application or server's readiness ahead of peak events like Big Billion Sale or Black Friday. We have some e-commerce application like Flipkart, Amazon, or JioMart and all, right? Suppose you are testing some JioMart application, right? And let's say there is some flash sale or Big Billion Sale, or we have several events, right? Like Independence Day sale and all this, right? Diwali sale, Dasra sale and all this, right? So whenever there are such peak events, right, obviously there will be more load on those applications, right?
Yes, sir.
Right? So we validate the applications or servers readiness ahead of peak events like that, test the application stability and before or and after version release, right? So this is performance testing at a high level. So beauty of performance testing is most of the performance testing tools are record and playback tools, right? I'll share one demo session, like how do we record a script, how do we generate a script in the WhatsApp group, or else please join for the next demo session. So wherein I will be showing how do we record a script with load runner and one script with JMeter. Clear, guys? So I will take a pause here. Any queries? Any queries on the concepts covered till now? Let me pause the recording here. Yeah, can you please repeat your question? So for recording purpose.
Yes, sir. Actually, my doubt is.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, my doubt is if a student is a fresher to the performance testing,
New to performance testing.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I mean, he don't know about anything. So, what would you suggest him like to do both load runner and JMeter testing? I mean, trainings at a time or one by one? If one by one, what would you suggest in both of these? First load runner or first JMeter? That's one.
Good question. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. So, may I know who is this? Your name, please.
Ishwar, sir.
Ishwar. Yeah, thanks for bringing that question, Ishwar. Okay. So first, let me explain what is the requirement, what is the market requirement, right? So for 1 to 2 years experience, if someone want to keep like 1 to 2 years experience, right? Any one tool would be enough. Any one tool would be enough for 1 to 2 years experience. So when I say any one tool, either load runner or JMeter. Clear? If someone want to claim 3+ years experience, right? 3+ years experience. So I suggest them to join for both load runner and JMeter. Load runner and JMeter. Okay. Now, if someone want to join both the tools, and now wait. So this is for 3 years experience. For 3 years experience, load runner and JMeter would be good enough. And some monitoring tools. Anyway, I'll be covering some monitoring tools in both load runner and JMeter. I'll be covering some monitoring tools. Now, if someone want to claim 3+ years experience, right? So they need both load runner, JMeter, and Dynatrace or any APM tool. Okay, any APM tool, load runner and JMeter and any APM tool like Dynatrace. APM tool like Dynatrace. Clear? If someone want to claim 3+ years of experience. Now, if someone want to join load runner and JMeter, now coming back to your second part of the question, if someone want to join both load runner and JMeter, so what is the proper sequence? So I suggest them to join first load runner and then JMeter. Or else, if you already have some knowledge on any of these tools, yes, you can join together. Right. I have some participants who did one of these tools previously, like 1 or 2 years back, and they want to join this training, right? They can join both load runner and JMeter together. If time permits and if they can manage, yes, they can join both. If someone is very new to performance testing, I suggest them to first learn load runner and then join JMeter and then APM tools based on your requirement. Is it clear, guys, everyone?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And also trained freshers also, right? So 1 to 2 years experience, or let me put it in this way, 0 to 2 years experience means trained freshers. There are a lot of huge openings for trained freshers in performance testing. For them also, only one tool is enough. I suggest them to learn at least one tool. Only one tool is more than enough. Learn that tool properly. Who want to try as freshers, right? Learn at least one tool properly. That is good enough.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir.
So I can say like this is for 3 to 5 years experience. They can they have to like minimum thing that someone expect in the CV is load runner, JMeter, and any APM tool for 3 to 5 years experience. Yes, please.
Sir, I am from 2017 batch.
Okay.
Can you suggest me
2017
which one is
pass out.
better? Yeah. Can you suggest me which one is better to me? 3 years experience or 3 to 5 years experience?
Yeah. Your your qualification, please.
BTech Civil Engineering. I have gap in 5 years. Career
Okay.
gap.
So if you are, it's up to you. So if you want to claim 2 years, better, like you can claim like 3+ years experience by learning both tools, these tools, right? So you will rightly fit into this one. You can try with 3 years experience, wherein I will be covering load runner and JMeter and monitoring and analysis with both, monitoring and analysis, right? And
Okay.
basic performance engineering also will be covered here if you join this full course. Basic performance engineering will be covered if you join like the fee would be for this would be 20K, right? For one tool it would be 10K, right? And for if someone want to join load runner, JMeter, and Dynatrace, the fee would be 25K, right? So this is 80 to 100 hours training. Duration for this is 82 duration. This comes around 80 to 100 hours. Again, for this, it will come around like around 182. Duration would be like, let me put it in this way, 160 to 200 hours. Right? It purely depends on the batch and the students, like how fast they are assimilating and how fast they are learning.
Sir,
Right?
can you tell me the timings?
This
For
is
this?
max 200 hours. Right. Yeah. Timings, coming back to the timings, 7:30 to 8:30, 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. IST. Okay. I'm going to start. JMeter is about to be completed in that batch. And I'm going to start load runner in 7:30 to 8:30. Okay. And 8:30 to 9:30 batch, load runner is about to be completed. And for this batch, I'm going to start. I'm going to start JMeter from in a week, in 1 week time, right? And Dynatrace, I will be taking it as a weekend batch. For both these two batches, I will be clubbing those two batches and taking Dynatrace on weekends, so that you can save some time over there, right? And one more thing, important thing, let me share some Google reviews given by a few of my previous batch students. I missed that recording. Here are some reviews given by my previous batch students and current batch students, right? You can check in, you can search, do a Google search like performance testing real-time training. If you search like this, you may see this, my ad, right? Again, the Google displays ad based on the amount that we pay actually. Okay, so this is not free, guys. Like we will be paying, like I am paying around 1 lakh for Google ads, right? And these are the ratings given by few of my previous batch students. Yes, please. Now we can go ahead.
Yeah. Pawan, during your discussion, you have been saying like the performance engineering word actually. Can you please tell me what is the difference of the performance engineering concept and performance testing?
Yes. Yeah. Good question. Thanks for thanks for bringing that up. Let me explain that. So performance testing, what would be the roles and responsibilities of performance testing, the test engineer and performance engineer. Okay. Performance tester and performance engineer, right? That was your question, right? What are your roles and responsibilities? Like what would be the roles and responsibilities, right?
Yes.
Answer. Performance engineering is something advanced than performance testing, obviously, right? And like I clearly defined the roles and responsibilities in one of the slides. Let me pull up that one. So this is the difference between performance testing and performance engineering, right? So performance testing means identifying the performance bottlenecks of an application. Generally, like those who are having up to 3 years experience, like they will be assigned as performance test engineer, right? So, and these are the roles and responsibilities of a performance tester. They have to do requirement gathering, test plan preparation, scripting, test executions, and analysis and reporting, right? So these would be the normal roles and responsibilities for a performance tester. Or generally, like up to 3 years experience, you are supposed to have this skill set, right? And for a performance engineer, right? So those who are having 3+ years of experience, right? So for them, the expected roles and responsibilities will be something like this. So apart from these roles and responsibilities of a performance tester, a performance engineer or performance engineering deals with not only identifying the bottlenecks, but also providing resolution and eliminating the performance issues, right? So these are the roles and responsibilities of a performance tester. And normally it would be up to 3 years experience. Those who are having 3+ years of experience, right? These are the roles and responsibilities, or this is the skill set expected from a performance engineer who is having 3+ years of experience, identifying and fixing the bottlenecks and analysis and recommendations, doing analysis and recommendations and identifying and fixing the performance bottleneck. So this is the difference between a performance tester and performance engineer. Is it clear, Ishwar?
Thanks, Pawan. Pawan, one more question. I have around 4 to 5 years of real-time experience as manual as well as automation testing. So now I would like to switch to my career into this performance testing. So could you please help me with which course I should opt for that one? So I am very much comfortable with the automation coding and Java, Python and all other things. So I would like to take your suggestions actually.
Right. So if you as you mentioned, like you are already having 4+ years of experience, like this, if you want to switch to performance, so these are the tools that you need to take training or gain expertise. Load runner, JMeter, and any APM tool. Not only Dynatrace, we have a lot of other APM tools. Okay. However, like one APM tool, any one of the APM tools would be good enough. Dynatrace, App Dynamics, and New Relic. There are many other APM tools. Only one would be enough. Okay. Let me mention. It is good if you have more experience or knowledge on multiple tools, but minimum thing they look is one APM tool, like Dynatrace or AppDynamics or Neuralink, and so on. So you need like this
So which
200
batch
hours
do
course.
you suggest us me to join?
We'll discuss that offline.
Okay, then. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Anything else, guys? Or shall we close the session? It's already more than an hour.
No doubts.
Okay. Someone is asking offline training available. Is offline training available? So because of COVID, like, before COVID, I used to run offline training, but because of COVID, like, we switched it to online. And yeah, one more thing. Yeah. So whatever these tools, right, LoadRunner, JMeter, and APM, online training would be good enough for those. So regular sessions will be, I am taking regular training as online, right? And I mentioned, right, I'm providing some real-time project training over weekends. That would be offline. This would be offline. Okay, in Hyderabad. And this would be weekends.
Sir, one doubt, sir.
Yes, please.
So these online students will not have the real-time project?
They will have. So one second. So even those who are attending these online trainings, right? So I will I will cover like these real-time applications for them. This Amazon and Udemy. We'll be doing one script each on Amazon and Udemy. Okay, that is more than enough. These are bit complex scripts. If you do scripting on these real-time applications, yes, you can do scripting on any real-time project or any real-time application. Okay. And why I am taking this real-time project training is like someone who is keeping like completely new to performance testing. For those, they require this real-time project training. Those who are completely new to performance testing, right? And as part of this class offline training, right? So I'll be giving you 2 real-time projects, and you will be getting server access and all. So however, when you are doing, when in the regular training, right, you will not have access to the servers and all, right? You will not have access to the servers and all. But whatever I cover in the regular training, that is more than enough if you learn properly. And if you do regularly, if you work on the assessments and assignments given, that is more than enough. Okay, because like see, from the past 2 years, I have been running only online trainings, only this regular training. 90% of my student got placement. So that itself says that like whatever training we give here for online students, that is more than enough. If you provided you do scripting practice and all regularly and take all the assessments, do JMeter certification, right? If you attempt JMeter certification and all, that is good enough. So please join my Facebook page and like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you will get updates on the new batches and demo sessions. I'll be sharing this Facebook page link in the WhatsApp group. Yeah. I shared the link to my Facebook page over here in the April batch WhatsApp group, April 2022 WhatsApp group. So please follow the link and join that Facebook page. And like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. And like, please watch the mock interview which I have uploaded recently of a trained fresher. Okay, so she's a BCom computer student, 2021 pass out. So she has done exceptionally well. I have uploaded that mock interview on my YouTube channel, right? So please go through the YouTube channel and see the confidence that the confidence with which she is facing interview. All right, and thanks for joining on this festival day, right? So many thanks for joining with such a short notice, and see you in the sessions, right? And one more thing before closing the session. So like, we'll be starting, like, I'll stay in touch with you in the WhatsApp group. All right, so please we'll connect offline. If you have any further queries, we'll connect offline.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, thanks for watching and thanks for joining and have a nice day. WhatsApp test. Can you please share your email ID in the WhatsApp so that I'll share the load runner software to you. It doesn't matter whether you can you join the training or not. So I can share load runner software to you. One second. Yeah, it's recording, right? Yes. So please ping me your email ID in the WhatsApp. So I'll be sharing load runner software to you. Unless until if you want to download on your own, you need an official email address. However, if you ping me your email address, I will share the load runner software to everyone, irrespective of whether you join the training or not. As a as a token of appreciation for joining on this festival day for this demo session, I'll be sharing load runner software to everyone.
Okay, sir.
That's all I have for today. Thank you.